Mr. Colgrove, we're so glad to have you today. How are you doing?
Good to be here. Thanks for having me.
I just have some questions I'd like to ask you. First, could you please tell us about yourself?
Okay, sure. I'm a graduate of Etowah High School in 1989. I earned my BS from Jacksonville State University in social science education. Then I have my master's degree and my EDS from the University of Alabama in educational leadership. This is my 20th year in education. I was a teacher for the first 16, 17, and been in administration for the last 4 or 5. So I really enjoy this side of education and the educational leadership part. Was a teacher and a coach at Etowah for several years, and then came to Gadsden City for 3. I was a teacher and coach here at Gadsden City, and then I went back to Etowah as the assistant principal for 1 year and then the principal for 2 before coming back to Gadsden City as a principal. So I've been playing ping pong back and forth between Etowah and Gadsden City.
How do you like being the principal of Gadsden City? How does it mean?
It's incredible. It's awesome. I learned early on in educational leadership, every decision you make, try to make it with kids in mind, and students are resilient. They're the reason I come to work. It's the reason we get into education. The students have been very receptive to me being here. I'm trying to build a valuable relationship with students. We have awesome students here doing awesome things, so it makes every day a joy to come to work because of the students.
Thank you. How does it compare really to, you said a few years ago, you being a teacher and a coach, or even to your principal position at Etowah?
It's a lot bigger.
Yeah.
More than double the size of teachers and students. But having been here for 3 years as a teacher and a coach, I understood somewhat of the dynamic and what was going on in Gadsden City prior to coming back. So it's not like I came back blind. I had an idea about what was going on here, but it is a lot bigger. But everyone's been very receptive, very open to new ideas and a little bit of change, tweaking, because Gadsden City was doing awesome things prior to Jeff Colgrove getting here. Students were awesome, teachers were awesome then as well. We do have some different ideas, and we feel like we are sitting on a gold mine, and we just need to exploit our students and tap into every student here and make the best out of the situation.
Okay. Tell us about your teaching or coaching position a few years ago. What did you teach? What did you coach? What grade?
At Gadsden City, I was a 9th grade world history teacher, and coached baseball and football. Todd Lamberth, of course, the AD here now, he was the head baseball coach at the time, and he and Peter Rowe offered me an opportunity to come to Gadsden City and be an assistant coach with him. And once I got here, I developed a relationship with Coach Billingsley, Joe Billingsley, and he gave me an opportunity to be the head 9th grade football coach. Okay. So I taught 9th grade world history and coached football and baseball for 3 years while I was here.
Okay. What about at Etowah? What did you coach over there?
At Etowah, I was a 9th grade world history teacher as well, and was an assistant baseball and football coach for several years, and then I was the head baseball coach there 5 or 6 years prior to me coming to Gadsden City.
Okay. What are your thoughts on the new one-to-one initiative? I know that it's been a long process to get where we are now, and with you being brought in with the advent of that at the same time, how has that been with you?
All the work was done prior to me being brought in. So it's an incredible opportunity. One-to-one, you know, each student has a device. Actually, that's just a resource to enhance their learning and opportunities, but what an opportunity we have now with each student having a device. I mean, that's an incredible opportunity. You can do online learning. We can actually tap into universal screening and progress monitoring, and every student having an individual learning plan to help with skill deficiencies and such, if need be. I just think it's an incredible opportunity to have the resource of every student having a device to enhance their learning.
Definitely. Howard, you said a second ago that you have different ideas, that there's a gold mine here at Gadsden City you want to tap into. How have both we as students and the staff, have we made you feel at home? Have we been able to bring you back in and make you feel welcome?
Absolutely. A couple of examples. One, me being here before, just 3 years ago, I had developed relationships with a lot of people who are still here. So we already had a prior relationship, so of course they welcomed me. Some may not have been as happy, but having those relationships prior to, and the senior class this year, I'm speaking in football and baseball particular because I was coaching at that time. The football team, I coached them through spring training, and the group that I coached through spring training is the senior class this year. So I had relationships with those guys as well. The first time we did this honorary captain thing for football, Jarvis McKee asked me to wear his jersey in honor of him as the honorary captain because I had already coached him and had a relationship with him and kept up with him the time I was gone. But students, teachers, everybody have been very receptive to me returning to Gadsden City High School, and it's been an incredible experience thus far.
Good. I know that we've been very, very glad to have you back. Back to your principal position, what is one thing that you would like to see happen or change in the years while you're here? What would you like to see come about from your position?
I want every student at Gadsden City High School to tap in to the opportunities that they have at Gadsden City. There's something here for everyone.
Definitely.
And I don't want students to feel that there's no worth to them coming and receiving the education that they're receiving at Gadsden City High School. And that's going to take motivation. That's going to take building relationships. I want students to take advantage of the opportunities here. I'm not saying that they haven't in the past, but I want to make sure and ensure that students realize that. We have a career tech facility that right now, as I'm learning more and more each day, we need to really grow the career tech because we're under college and career ready, and not everybody at Gadsden City High School is going to leave here and go to college. And we need to provide skills, job skills, soft skills to make students employable. Once they leave Gadsden City, they can enter a competitive job market, and I think we have a tremendous resource in the career tech facility to provide that. So just making sure all students understand and really take advantage of the opportunities that are offered here at Gadsden City High School.
Final question, Alabama or Auburn fan?
I want to preface that with, and I'm sure this isn't going to go over well, not a typical Alabama fan, but an Alabama fan, but I would like for Auburn to win every game they play but one. But at the end of the day, I'm an Alabama fan.
Roll Tide. We appreciate you being here very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.